Welcome back to the series where I pretend my opinion matters. Today we're critiquing my friend Jonin's shit. Look at all this stuff. He's dope. He's a fashion photographer, I guess. He's a portrait photographer. I wouldn't say fashion. You don't work in like fashion-y, editorial-y stuff. No, definitely editorial stuff. I would have, I don't know. Let's start this shit over. I am a filmmaker, photographer from New York City. I work in fashion-y, editorial-y bullshit, whatever, social media, Instagram, influency stuff. So, yeah, I've been shooting for 5 years. I think I have some decent eye at this kind of stuff, so let's look at it. Shall we? I think we'll get started immediately. Disclaimer, this one's gonna be hard because he is one of the few photographers I know personally who I think is better than me. So if I sound like I am slobbing on his knob this whole time, forgive me. That's not the intention. Alrighty, here we go. First photo. I like this, of course. Simple, all I'd say. Here's the thing, I would say just shoot wider if you could. I know you're on a 24mm pancake. That's a pancake lens for Canon, right? That's like that really, back when you shoot on the T6, this is an old one. Not that old, you've only been shooting for what, 3 years? 2 years? Something like that. Yeah, I like this a lot. I say move back a bit, get a little bit of, like, if you could have shot wider, which you couldn't have because you had a fixed 24, but if you could have shot wider, shoot wider. Shooting wider in this would have been super dope. Like, imagine like this really distorted 16 where she is right in the center, so she's not as distorted, but the world around her is, and you get all these lines flying all over the place, especially up top since you're shooting under a bridge. That'd be super dope. Other than that, man, I like it. I love the fucking like division that's going on right here. You know, like, I think that's kind of dope. I think if you could have like brought out some of the drama out of here too, maybe like do a selective clarity boost on this or something like that, that would have been cool. And maybe I would have dropped a, I don't know if you did do it, but I would have dropped a radial filter or graduated filter over this, and then drop them highlights. But I know you were exposing for the shadows for sure, so like that's kind of to be expected, getting overblown out here. But good job, solid photo. Next one. I was at this shoot. I'm the one holding the light. Can this fuck off my screen, please? Get off my screen, stupid. I'm talking about this shit down here. It won't. Awesome. I'm not mad. It's okay. I was at this shoot. I was holding the light. This is a fun shoot, at least for me. In my head, that sounds a little bit male gazy, but I like this. I love the harsh shadow going on over here, like this sun, especially. Good job. I remember this. Good job at positioning me where you're supposed to. Like, I didn't say much because I wanted to see what you do. And you passed. Great. I'm not a goddamn instructor, and you're old enough. You could teach yourself. This is good. I don't know how I feel about, there's like this blue in the white shadows here. I don't know if maybe I'd pull that to white to get rid of it from here, but I mean, it's kind of a nice color. I just wish it kind of popped a bit more. Like even in it being in, you know, left in shadow, I kind of wish it would have just still been closer to white, like a gray, like no color in it, or the color matching the rest of it. But other than that, the retouching's nice, skin softening, smoothing, it's not bad. It's there's something going on here. Well, I mean, this is a pit, so I guess it would have, yeah. Oh, something going on down here, man. Is that supposed to be, I mean, was that sand or something? I think you could have retouched this a little bit more because it just looks like she has a rash on the back of her leg. But other than that, I love the sun, the setting, the great, the light, all of it. Pose, which wasn't much your input from what I remember. I like that. It really just like tiny little details back the leg. I can't really think of much else. Maybe distorted. Again, distortion I like a lot in some way, so maybe shoot higher If you can, like shoot from a higher angle, get her face a little bit bigger in the frame in a way. But other than that, I can't really think of much. And maybe too much headroom? I don't know. I like this one. This one's dope. I like this one better than this one for sure. Just because there's like some sense of like dynamite in it. Like there's like a dynamic feel to it. It feels kind of moving, like, you know, more in motion in some way. I don't know exactly why that is. Maybe it's because you filled the frame a bit more below here, you know, with all the rocks, you know, jutting out and everything. This rock kind of makes something of a leading something, not a leading line, but a leading shape, I guess, because like it kind of at the point here, it kind of leads to her, and it's dope. And she's kind of framed within it. Everything outside of her head, she's kind of framed within it in a way. So if that makes sense. I don't know how much I like that her eyes are closed in this. Like that feels kind of, you know, dreamy, which is a cool look, especially for the edit that you did here, you know, and I'm sure you got some with her eyes open. Is this a boat in the back? Is this supposed to be like this little speck here? Is that a boat in the background or something? Maybe that's a little distracting, just like the tiniest bit. Listen, I'm nitpicking because these are incredible photos, if you ask me. Another thing, maybe get closer. And also, this is off center, you know? Like, composition wise, everything is great except that she's not like she's on this third, right? The top third of the leading line, but she's not like smack dab in the middle, is she? Actually, no, she is. Shit. Never mind. I can't say shit. I'd still crop it in a little bit. Like maybe not down because I kind of like the headroom, just maybe in a little bit. Bring her, especially since she's facing this way, a little bit this way in the frame so that there's some more on this side. But other than that, I can't. Nitpicky shit, because this is an incredible photo. I like her pose. The processing is great. You know, skin's really soft. I love that you didn't like get rid of all her hair because it adds that feel to it, you know. Like this one feels a little bit too clean compared to this, you know. This feels a little bit too clinical-ish to me compared to this. Like the pose is great and all that, but like there's not a lot of mess, I guess, which adds dynamite, I think. Like even these waves, which is an awesome leading line to her face too, you know, that's another one. Then these rocks up here, they lead to her face. You have a ton of lines leading in and out, is really great. It really attracts you to that center. So I like it. Next one. I don't like this one so much. And I think mainly it's because of processing. I think if you'd have done something a lot darker and moodier to this, it would have been great. The shadows could have been deeper. I think you could have gotten way closer, like, you know, crop into maybe bottom of the frame down here, up here, then like that. Because I think a lot of this is kind of excessive. Maybe have her bring her arms out more like this, just so that you won't be cutting off anything too. Like instead of having it out like this, maybe bring it out a bit more. I know it might look or feel a little bit. It might feel a little bit weird for her to do, but I think it'll look a little better. But yeah, that's really it. I say move in. Are his eyes actually this color? I doubt it. And her eyes are super white too. Like it's fucking. That's definitely overdone. Not a little bit overdone. And then personally, I'm against like doing a lot of smoothing to men's faces because I like a more rugged look, especially with the hair and like the jewelry and all that. And it looks like you did some like soften skin clarity stuff here in either Photoshop or Lightroom. So I would have said try to keep the texture in his face, but really I think it would have gone for a darker look. And also this shit's not centered on the door in the background. That's kind of annoying that I notice it now, because everything else is like perfectly composed, but it's just the door. Like there's so much more. There's more on this side. So if you'd have moved over just like that, you'd have gotten it better. So yeah, we got 2 more photos. Alrighty. I like this shoot. I like the photos that you got from this shoot. I think they were really dope. Why is his hand down here so warm? Cool that down to match the rest of his skin tone. But this is just such a tiny thing, but I did notice it. His hand looks so orange compared to the rest of him. or maybe green too, maybe a little green too. So maybe just bring it towards pink and it'll match, like more than magenta. But I do love this fucking photo so much. I just think the fit doesn't match the skateboard, you know? It kind of is like, what the hell? And this is also how I know his eyes aren't that color, because this is the same model, ain't it? Or am I racist? Yeah. This, I think you could have brightened his eye a little bit. Just a little bit, you know? Just so they're not so kind of, they fall into the edit in a way. God, but the motion, the skateboard, there's a sense of motion here, which is so great. It's like this sweeping kind of thing going on, right? It don't feel like he's throwing it out to me. It feels more like he's kind of like turning, holding it in a way, right? Which would have been dope, right? I wonder if you'd have shot it at a slower shutter speed, him rotating it and gotten like the board itself in motion, like a little bit of motion blur in the board. That would have been cool too. And I wonder if maybe the color of the board, like the trucks and the wheels, could have been brought to something not red, you know, to kind of fall more into line with the photo. But I love like this dead. I know where you shot this shit too. This was shot in like one of them handball courts. To anyone else watching, no one else is watching. Maybe. I haven't checked the views on these things. I don't know. I don't really care either. Let's see. I do love the fit. The fit's dope. I don't know if you helped style them or not, but that's great. All right, this is also cool. Is it just, what? Okay, I'm fucking confused. Why are his legs soft, but the rest of him not? It looks like the rest of him is in focus and his legs are just like out, kind of. Is he leaning forward or like sideways? I don't think so. I don't know. It looks like over here is kind of soft, which is weird, but I do love his pose. His pose is great. Looking at it, you know, nothing. I think maybe bring him farther from the wall, maybe. That's it. Other than that, I really do like this photo. I can't really say much more. That's the issue here. Like, when these photos are really dope, it's like, okay, the pose is great, the fit is great, the context is great. I still think change the color of this, maybe, the trucks and the wheels, because they kind of do stand out a bit. But I mean, it's not like they're completely out of the photo, you know? I'd have changed it to orange if anything. But also, the only thing is also context, because the shoes he's wearing, everything else he's wearing doesn't match why is he holding a skateboard, right? This isn't, like, sure, you could be trying something, but it's not like this is a chic type of skateboard fashion, because it's not. It doesn't fit into that. So maybe watch out for that next time. Just like context of what they're wearing with what they're doing is super important. So yeah, what would be my favorite photo? I really fucking love this photo. I love this photo so much. And then this one, incredible, I think. Everything else is, this one's the worst one. This one's still great. This one's also good. This one's also good. So it's like, and these are relatively old photos. You haven't fucking shot anything since before COVID. And some of these are from last year too. Actually, most of these are from last year. I don't think any of these are relatively new. So guess what, bitch? You're gonna send me some more photos. That's what's gonna happen. As soon as you get your hard drive working again or something, or you find photos off of your Google Drive or some bullshit, you're gonna send more, and I'm gonna critique them. Because this is unacceptable, sending me 6 photos. I asked for 10. Motion. What makes a photo dynamic? I don't know. I think it's dynamic as a feel, right? And I feel like dynamic is that's what I describe a photo that makes me feel like I'm moving in a way, or like the frame is moving, you know? So like that photo with the skateboard, I think is incredibly well done. It has a sense of movement. I do wish there was like some motion blur on the board, but it's not necessary. You don't need it for it to work. And then, it just works. It works how it is. And then, same thing, that photo, Asian chick on the beach. That one's also really dope. Just cause like, it feels very cinematic, that one, right? To use that word again. It's just, like, despite not having, like, I don't feel a story in it, but it feels very dreamy and very ethereal without being, like, abstract or anything, which is really dope. So, there's that. I don't know if this taught you anything. It ain't teaching me shit because I already knew he was dope. Probably ain't teach him shit because he knows his photo. Whatever. Jonin, you did great. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Fuck it. Someone else, send me more photos. I want more of these. Here's the issue. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to shoot them anytime soon because I'm going back to New York on Wednesday, but that's it, I guess. You can follow me on at KJO Callist on Insta and at KJO Cameron on Twitter and Unprompted Podcast on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, all that shit. You can follow this YouTube channel thing if you want to. If you don't, I don't really mind. Because, right? What else? I don't know. I think that's it.